Ladies and gentlemen, we fucking made it.
It's time to BS.
It's not one of my proudest moments. That's for sure.
And you paid the price this Sunday for it. You paid the piper.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Karma.
The Church of Josh Allen.
Yes, the Church of Josh Allen.
LG sins against you.
Yes, the Church of Josh Allen is not pleased with me right now.
A U Stadium podcast.
Grace!
Still struggling?
Shop!
And part of the Unhinged Sports Network.
And now to start your weekend with us.
It's time to BS.
There we go. Okay. Now that makes sense. All right. Hello, individuals of the internet. Oh, that felt great. Sorry about that. And my distinct profanity. The best part about doing this podcast is everything before we record. So we ended up spending a half hour, me and Mike. By the way, who's here?
What's up, everyone?
We were trying to figure this crap out for about a half hour. Why Skype wasn't working. We usually record using Skype. And for some strange reason, it wasn't working. And so here we are on Zoom doing this now. God damn, that was terrible.
That was frustrating. That was frustrating.
It was bad. It was really bad.
That was horrible, Skype. Get your act together.
Doubt they're gonna hear that, but Mike, what a weird Super Bowl that was.
You mean the halftime show with jock straps on their faces?
Listen, Mike, I know you're in Oklahoma, but goddamn.
No, it was a weird Super Bowl all around. You gotta give props to Tampa Bay. Their defense flat out shut down Kansas City's offense.
Down.
That's just all there's to it.
They shut them down and picked them apart.
Shut the receivers down, shut Kelsey down. Running game was non-existent. They'd shut Kansas City down. I mean, that's just all there's to it.
When we did the preview, I said Tampa's secondary and Tampa's secondary in particular has to do their job.
Well, they did their job and beyond.
They shut them down. They shut down the receivers. And like the pass rushers got them all. Did you see the stat? I think U Stadium pointed this out, that Patrick Mahomes ran a total of 497 yards.
Yep.
Total. That's crazy.
That's insane.
I don't understand the point of it's not the point. I don't understand why people are just losing their shit and calling Patrick Mahomes not a Super Bowl winning quarterback when he's in his fourth year. He's been to the Super Bowl twice in 3 years. In 3 years starting, he's a former MVP, and suddenly people are labeling him as not the chosen one. Like, okay, cool. Who's next? Trevor Lawrence?
Well, exactly, and no disrespect to people out there that's claiming that, but let's be honest. I mean, and Patrick Mahomes may be one of those quarterbacks. Maybe last year was just one of those years. It was their year, and that might be it for him. I don't know, but
who knows?
Kansas City would be back in the Super Bowl, I would imagine. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but freaking out over here saying Patrick Mahomes is this, that, and something else, that's taking it a little too far.
Now, don't
lost to Tom Brady.
They have flaws.
He lost to Tom Brady.
He lost to Tom Brady. Who beats Tom Brady? Other than
Eli Manning
and Nick freaking Foles. Who beats him in the Super Bowl?
Nobody.
I mean, I would have, but Malcolm Butler had to happen. Fucking Christ. Oh.
Well, no, props to Tampa Bay. They flat out earned it.
Oh, of course. Oh,
they flat out earned it.
We have lots to get to today. Ton of Super Bowl talk, but I wanted to get your thought. I texted you this morning. I literally just got in the car this morning. Turn on the radio. Turn on WFAN, and then I heard a report that Russell Wilson is frustrated.
Yep.
and he didn't rule out a potential trade. Well, that's not what he said. He said, like, when Boomer Esiason, by the way, for 1980 NFL MVP Boomer Esiason, part of WFAN, said when he asked Russell Wilson about potential trade rumors, he didn't dispute them. He said it's part of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've had time to think. I've had time to think and decompress.
Well, that's good because I can tell this morning you were a little frustrated.
I'm glad I was at work. Otherwise, I would have thrown something. Pete
So,
Carroll.
what'd you come? What was your conclusion on this?
If the Seahawks trade Wilson, if they do, it clearly shows they want to rebuild, because it shows that their roster is either A, not good enough, or B, they just can't handle Russell Wilson anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's 32, about to be 33, making $35 million a year. And there are glaring holes on this team, despite them being 12-4 and a division champion. They're glaring holes. No secret about that.
Well, no. Mm-mm.
No secret there. And there are these schmucks that honestly think that, the Seahawks should trade Russell Wilson to the Jets for the number 2 overall pick. I'm not for it. I'm not against it either. But
It'd be a good win now thing for the Jets, but future wise, it'll be a horrible move.
no, it'd be a horrible move because you're investing $32 million, $33 million, $35 million to a 33-year-old quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Not a smart decision.
No. Mm-mm.
And Russell Wilson, I'm glad he's doing this. He's getting involved in personnel decisions, which you already saw it with the hiring of Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
But it shows me a couple things. Russ wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I say if John Schneider really if Russ really wants to win, he should give away some money. Like, give some of his salary and turn to cash.
He's going to have to restructure his
He
contract.
He has to. Like, he'd be the first one to call and be like, hey, bro, give us $10 million minimum of your salary, turn into cap space.
Yep.
Tyler Lockett, you too. Bobby Wagner, you also. Jamal Adams, you 4.
Yep.
Like, Bobby and Russ in particular, because they're the highest paid players on the team.
Well, especially Russ.
Don't forget, Carlos Dunlap is making $14.5 million. Wait, that's not right. His salary cap is $14 million. That's better.
That's a lot of money right there.
He's been a great player for us, though. He's been awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been awesome.
No, I got the report. I guess he was outspoken about his frustration about how many times he was sacked this year.
Let me get this
and
straight.
rightfully so.
Let me get this straight. Russell Wilson is frustrated with the fact that he's getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the plays. What does he do more than anyone?
Wait, hold on to that dang ball.
He holds on the ball too long.
Yep.
He holds on the fucking ball too long. You're blaming your offensive lineman? Blame yourself, you fucking jackass. You got these schmucks over here that are like, oh, Russell Wilson, he's so good. Like, but at the same, if you actually watch the film, he runs around like a crackhead or with a chicken with his head cut off, and he runs into defensive linemen clockwork. Now, if Shane Waldron really is going to shift the offense into Russell Wilson being like more of a pocket quarterback, they need the quick offense. They need a quick offense to get this thing rolling because they have the players to do it. They got the players to do it. But it took me a while, but I finally understand what Pete Carroll means by we need to run the football more. Took me a while. Mike,
So
you're
that mean,
there laughing
that
your ass off right now.
Does that mean you're a Pete Carroll fan now? Are you on his bandwagon?
Oh, and I'm going to book a flight to Oklahoma real quick. No.
You guys would be stupid to trade him.
Be stupid to trade him.
I would. Wow, if that was to happen.
If that were to happen, which it would be stupid to do, if it were to somehow happen, I would lose my shit. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. But these schmucks are just like, oh, like, I'm at a loss for words. I can't speak.
Well, I get that he was frustrated, which, I mean, that's cool.
I'm frustrated.
Yeah, and then once you broke the news about him being potentially traded, I'm like, wow, that would be.
If Russ is indeed available, is that not the biggest name on the market?
Quarterback-wise, it would have to be.
Quarterback-wise, yes. He's easily, one of the most successful quarterbacks on the market. If Aaron Rodgers is available, then all bets off. But and then again, he's now a 3-time MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So, But
question is, what would be the asking price?
If the Jets were to call, I would easily ask for the second pick. Easily.
You would have to do that for sure.
You would have to. There's no other. The Seahawks would have to. Here's the tricky part here. Russell Wilson, like Deshaun Watson, has a no-trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it gets tricky. Now, I'm not going to lose my shit again, but I'm also drinking, so bear with me here.
You're good.
On a Tuesday. I'm drinking on a Tuesday.
Blame Pete Carroll, dude.
Blame Pete Carroll. Blame a whole lot of shit.
Right.
A whole lot of shit. However, since we are getting this back on YouTube, my beard looks terrific. It looks terrific.
Yeah.
It does. It does. Thank the Beard Bomb for that. Viking Revolution, a company we are not sponsored by.
Never know, dude. Reach out to him. It may happen.
Oh, eventually. Eventually. Who knows? But it's getting there. It's getting there. I look like a renegade of some kind. It looks terrific. It really does.
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening to us via Unhinged Sports Network and wherever you get your podcast, picture my beard like Brad Pitt or Tom Hardy. Better example, Tom Hardy. Better example would be Tom Hardy's beard because it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but like Mike has a good goatee though. Mike has a good goatee.
It's getting there. I'm glad I have it because this week's gonna be cold and crap outside.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be like minus 31 here on Sunday.
Move here.
Wind chill.
Wind chill.
Yes.
That's
minus
nuts.
31. I know I'm young, but not that young.
Do you recall the last time it was that cold over there? That has to go way back.
They said, we won't be above freezing till I think they said the 19th or 18th of this month, which will break a streak of 70 years.
That's nuts.
Today was only 17.
Crazy.
Dude, it's insane cold, man.
Perks in the desert. Perks of being in the desert.
For real, man.
In the middle of bumfuck nowhere. That's for sure.
Nah, going back though, you guys, I would, no offense, if the Jets would want to trade him, and I would ask anything the Jets would give up.
I would ask everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Everything. I would ask everything in the fridge for if the Jets were to trade for Russell Wilson. I'd be like, okay, give me the second pick, the 23rd pick, your first round pick next year, Quinnen Williams, and a third or a fourth this year.
Oh yeah, I'd be just draining them.
I would be Mike Ditka. I would trade my entire draft class for Ricky Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Mouse is in the way. That's weird. I don't know if the recording is going to pick that up. I have no idea, but if it does, it's fantastic. It'll just be a giant hand over your eye.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
The mouse over your eye. Just be like, nah. Which is cool. But I don't know where to go.
I don't see it happening, but I would.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson is the best quarterback we've ever had, but he's also a drama queen. If you look at it, Mr. Unlimited. I mean, you knew this was going downhill the second he married Sierra.
Well, of course. Of course, that was going to happen. I couldn't tell you when the last time she sang anything was.
2010.
So obviously she's. I'm guessing she's in retirement mode.
I think she's close to 40, but she looks great though.
Oh yeah, I'm not knocking her.
It's great. I'm not denying that. She's gorgeous.
Well, Shakira and J-Lo looks good too.
Oh, J-Lo?
Even though I think it's hilarious, J-Lo decides not to marry A-Rod.
Huh?
Did you know that they were engaged?
I knew they were engaged.
Yeah, they're not getting married after all.
They're not getting married after all?
Mm-mm.
Fucking slut.
Probably realized that steroids cause the whole shebang. She probably realized people that take steroids, they're below the half is probably smaller than what should be.
Oh, God, Mike.
A-Rod's like, here you go, wham! And she's like, runs away. Spring training, which, by the way, starts soon.
Yes, baseball.
I'm so glad.
Oh, fantastic. Delicious baseball. Delicious baseball. I can't wait. I literally can't wait.
Oh, I can't either.
I'm excited for the Yankees. I'm excited for the Mets. I'm just like, oh, inject this into my veins.
Even though what Trevor Bauer did was pretty cool and kind of sucked at the same time.
What a dick.
Did you sign that?
What a dick.
Did you see him sign that hat? And not
I
even
saw that. I was like, what a tool.
Effed
He's
up.
such a tool. But at the same time, I don't blame him because I would have done the exact same thing.
Dude, no offense to the Mets or the Yankees for that matter, but who can turn down LA?
A lot of fucking people.
I mean, I personally wouldn't go.
There exists a team called the Angels. Keep in mind here. Well, they're in Anaheim, so it doesn't count.
Even though they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which is stupid.
Which is they need to change that.
They need to go
Baseball needs to change it. The Anaheim Angels, I will always call them the Anaheim Angels. I was always called them that.
Well, that's what they are.
That's what they are. The Anaheim Angels. That's it. I mean, you're not going to keep calling them the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. You're not just going to do that.
No.
Like the Anaheim Ducks.
I ain't going to lie, though.
Should be two-time champions.
Is stacked.
Should be two-time champions if 2003 didn't happen.
Yep.
And Marty Brodeur went God mode in the 03 final.
Hey.
You swept the Ducks in that series, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You did. You swept the Ducks in 03.
Dude, Marty Brodeur is the greatest of all time, right there.
He's if not the best goal. If he's not the best goaltender, he's second best behind Dominic Hasek or Patrick Waugh. You could. Oh God, we need to get Kim on here. We need to get Kim back on here so we could talk some hockey with her.
Patrick Waugh.
Oh, Patrick Waugh, what a dick he was to Montreal. Then again, the Canadians did to himself.
Well, the Canadians deserved it, though.
Yeah, the Canadians deserved it. But since we're since this is going to be posted on a Friday, and as you know, BS Sessions Volume 13 will be with Hong Lam of the Defining Moments podcast. So that's going to be awesome. We'll hear a story, and I will reveal, the next guest for BS Sessions Volume 14 in the near future. And I hope to God it is the Smut Girls. I hope to God.
Good luck, dude.
I hope to God, because those two are hysterical.
Yes, they are.
Like,
I listen to the podcast. If I'm not driving during work, it's usually at least every other day. I'll pick one of those episodes and just listen to them.
but no joke. BS Sessions Volume 14. I will announce the guest on Twitter and Instagram sometime in the near future, but hopefully before this is posted, or sometime after Volume 13 is posted, I will review the next guest for Volume 14.
Dude, you're gonna like Hong. Trust me.
Oh, I already like him. I
Yeah,
already like him.
Yeah, he's
I already like the guy.
yeah, he's a cool guy. Cool guy.
He is. He's really cool. All right. Let's transition to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, guys? I got some questions for you all. What do you guys think of play-by-play? How about play-by-play from your favorite teams? Don't you wish you could do it yourself sometimes? Ask those questions and no more with the new Colorcast app. The Unhinged Sports Network have recently partnered up with Colorcast to bring you some great play-by-play coverage from the likes of yours truly from Time to BS podcast, as well as fellow Unhinged shows like The Far End of the Bench and the Air Raid Attack podcast. Download the Colorcast app today on iOS and listen to some of the best fan play-by-play in the business. That's Colorcast. Download it today.
It's time to BS.
It's not one of my proudest moments. That's for
And
sure.
you paid the price this Sunday for it. You paid the piper.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank you, Karma.
The Church
Karma's-
of Josh Allen
Yes,
The
the
Josh
Church
Allen.
of the
What
Church
else
of
is
Josh
around?
Allen.
held your sins against you.
Yes, the Church of Josh Allen is not pleased with me right now.
A U Stadium podcast.
That's recording, and here we go, my friend. Joining us here, joining me for some Super Bowl talk, Zach of the Gridiron Gallery podcast. I'm sipping on a Arnold Palmer spiked
Not good drink of choice.
Yeah,
I
with a beer
would not
stein
mind
as
that
well.
one.
with a beer stein as well. What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm good. I am doing excellent so far. Still kind of thinking over the process of how Super Bowl 55 went, but it came and went. It happened.
Did you pick the Chiefs?
That's all I can really say.
Did you pick the Chiefs and lose money?
I didn't. I'm not really a betting man, but I did pick the Chiefs in my analysis. I just didn't see the game going into a blowout. I understood if the Bucks were to pull it off, but I didn't see this game going into a non-contest.
No, I thought it would be. I picked Tampa to win 35-31. I couldn't go against Brady, but I also couldn't go against that pass rush. And the fact that both starting Chiefs tackles were out of that game made it so easy to pick Tampa.
That was the one X factor that I said if it was going to come down to it, it would be how good that backup line is.
Yeah.
But even for a backup line, I thought that was an embarrassing effort for an NFL player.
It was bad.
I mean, 4-man rush constantly. PFF came out today, as of the recording we're having, saying that on 55% of Patrick Mahomes' dropbacks, he was pressured. So I
It's
get
an
you.
NFL record, right?
It's pretty
It
up
has to
there
be.
for a Super Bowl. I know they also tracked that he had ran for like almost 500 yards in the backfield by himself.
97 yards.
Yes, on scramble.
Crazy.
On scramble.
Crazy shit.
Unreal.
But Tampa was just mauling them. Like
Absolutely.
I was at watch that game and I was reading the defenses the whole time. I said Tampa's daring them to throw deep.
Yes, they
Tampa
are.
was daring the Chiefs to throw deep, and they couldn't. The Chiefs could not throw deep, and the Bucks took away the Chiefs' biggest weapon, and that was going deep. They got the quick game going a little bit, but still, like, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything, and it's crazy.
I could not applaud enough Todd Bowles for the game plan he implemented. And the thing is, it played into his favor too, because Bowles is more of a blitzer. Now, they did blitz every now and then in this contest, but he almost blitzes half the time in most of these contests. He's notorious for blitzing often and frequent enough in games. And they didn't have to do much because that front four was dominating that backup line the entire time. And if you're getting pressure with the front four, you don't need to worry too much. You can put Lante David and Devin White back there protecting the middle all day, and then they set 2 safeties back for pretty much the entire contest, like you're saying, dare them throw it deep, but they can't because you can't throw deep with 2 cover safety like that.
You can't. You
with
absolutely
a Tampa
can't.
2.
And I told Mike and John, my co-host, this. If the defensive backs of Tampa do their job and cover the Chiefs playmakers like they should, Tampa's got this. Because the Chiefs defense is suspect. They're questionable at best, despite them being ranked 16th in the NFL. I didn't buy that 1 second. Yeah. But I couldn't go against Tom Brady. I learned that the hard way twice. Obviously, most infamous Seattle. And then I picked the Falcons in 51. And that didn't go so well. But I did pick the Patriots over Philadelphia, but I was rooting for the Eagles in that game because I had to give Philadelphia some love. But Kansas City just could not do anything. They just couldn't do anything. Nothing. No. Absolutely nothing. And to hold, what was it, the 8th highest scoring team in NFL history, I think. They're one of the highest scoring teams since the Greatest Show on Turf.
Yeah.
Over a 3-year stretch, I think the Greatest Show on Turf has only scored more points than them.
And Brady's beaten both of these teams.
And Brady has beaten them twice. But for Tampa's defense, that was unbelievable. Like that was as good of a defensive in a Super Bowl, since probably Super Bowl 50.
Oh, it was a massacre. It was a massacre.
Unbelievable. Couldn't do anything. Now, I want to get your thoughts on one Russell Wilson trade rumors.
Oh, yes.
Did you hear about this at all?
I only heard about this as of today while we're talking, because it just seemed like it piled on. Knowing Twitter, you get like every one or so account that's like, they'll be like, there's a rumor here that Wilson's like moving somewhere, like he wants to go out.
I got in my car to go to work at around 7:30 this morning. Okay. I put on WFAN, listen to Boomer and Gio on the morning radio. Not even 5 minutes into my drive. Did you hear about this? Russell Wilson potentially could be on the move. I'm like,
well, knowing you, that's about the proper reaction.
It was
doing all right there.
I already vented to Mike. Okay. So
you're welcome to vent to me.
Okay, so
I have a tolerance.
I want to understand this. I'm not for it. I'm not against it either.
Okay.
The reason why he's going on 33 and he's got 2 years left on his contract at $70 million. That contract's going to go up.
Yeah.
Now, unless if you could pull the Tom Brady route and make him, let's say, takes $10 million out of his salary and turn it to cap space, he's probably not going to be on the team for long. Who knows? It's a tough business.
It's a tough decision.
The tricky part is that the cap is going down. And they traded 2 firsts for Jamal Adams. They have no leverage in that whatsoever. Now, I read something from Evan Hill, who is a very good salary cap aficionado, formerly of a over the cap, and he's a fucking genius when it comes to this. The only conceivable way they could increase their cap situation, which is currently at $7.5 million, is sign extensions to Tyler Lockett, Jamal Adams, potentially Dwayne Brown, which might not happen because he's 35. Who knows? Andrew Whitworth's playing at 40, so who knows? But my vote is take the Patriots route. Cut salary with everyone.
Okay. Now you could do that. I mean, it's not often that it's pulled off correctly. around the NFL. That's the thing.
Correct.
You know, here's what I've been curious about is that he said two things that I think, you know, if you're a Seattle fan, you're like, okay, duh, and you know, one of them is I'm being hit too much, and I'm going, okay, he has been hit too much in his career,
almost 500 times.
You know, partially his lack of offensive line depth that seems to be following the Seattle Seahawks like a plague. And then,
but also, here's my point here: some of it is his fault.
That was the other point I was going to say.
Some of it is his fault.
He scrambles into sacks at times. That is the thing he does. It's not always that he gets into poor situations.
No one listens to me.
No one listens to me. This is a thing he does. I watch some of these games you do.
He runs.
And sometimes he gets too clever.
Straightforward. I saw this. I was watching clips from the Giants Seahawks game, and he's literally standing in the pocket. He rolls to his left, runs immediately into Leonard Williams.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Those are the frustrating plays for Wilson. But then you get, of course, the ones where, you know, he breaks a tackle or two, gets out of the pocket, throws a 30 or 40-yard pass to a wide open Tyler Lockett or like David Moore.
Oh, my God.
And then, you know, everyone goes crazy. But that's the
he's such an infuriating quarterback at times. Love him, but he's infuriating. He really is.
I wonder what you think of this. His other part of these rumors was, or at least he was talking on Dan Patrick, was about, I want more control of the personnel decisions.
That never goes well.
I mean, I don't know if that goes well.
The last time he had personnel decisions, we signed Greg Olson. How did that turn out?
Well, not what you expected. That's all.
How did that turn out, my friend? Not so well.
Past the prime. That's how I look at it. Injuries as well. That's Greg Olson's back half of his career. Too many injuries. Just couldn't stay on the field.
Retired, wishing nothing but the best, but
absolutely,
he should have retired a couple years ago.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, it's the hits, you know, that part kills me because I agree with like Seattle fans like yourself. You know, it's not always, the lines have been bad. You know, Pete Carroll, the staff he has, they deserve crap for not building a consistent offensive line, but the guy does run into sacks. So you have to get these come from behind scenarios or things like that, you know.
The 50-50 split.
I don't know. My biggest question from here is, if you're trading for Wilson, what does the package look like compared to, say, a Deshaun Watson?
Call the Jets.
Calling the Jets right away?
Immediately. Ask him everything, including the kitchen sink for Russell Wilson.
Oh, okay.
I would immediately ask for the second pick, Quentin Williams, 23rd pick, and 2 extra first-round picks. I would include the Hawks' second first-round pick from next year and the Jets' first-round pick in 23.
Now, how about here's a thought I have. What if in some way, and I could see this playing out this way, similar to what we saw with the Stafford trade. What if you get Darnold moved to Seattle in a stable system?
For it, I'm not against it, because Seattle, if you look at their weird history, they've actually developed quarterbacks quite nicely. Jim Zorn, Dave Craig, Warren Moon, granted his later years, Ketna, Hasselbeck, the most notable one.
Yep.
Along with Wilson. Well, Hasselbeck not as more notable as Wilson because one's a Hall of Famer, the other one's a perennial Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
Still, good quarterback nonetheless. But they've had some weird histories with quarterbacks to where they can develop them. They can. It's weird, but they can. So, option 2, call the Dolphins and say, hey, what you offering? Knowing the Dolphins, they would definitely screw this up.
That would be potentially a very rich package. You'd be maybe mimicking the Goff Stafford trade in sense of QB switches, but I feel like more assets are flipping hands at that point.
Yeah.
Just for what you're dealing with.
Option 2 would be the Dolphins. But it's Sierra. You know how the wife goes.
Well, if it's Miami, you know, that's
good for her, though. But
that's nice celebrity territory. You know, that's kind of what they're like anymore. So,
and they got a good team. They got a really good team coming their way.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a good team coming their way. Did you see that the Eagles and Bears could potentially swap quarterbacks?
Get out of here. I'm you know what? I've been talking with Will on my other show, Beyond the Press Box, and we just think it's too rich of a deal. That is a desperation play.
Too rich.
And I know that I know Bears fans like myself, we don't want Nick Foles. We know Nick Foles is not, this isn't Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles leading us to the promised land, and it's not going to work. So we get it. But I think it's desperate to basically say Carson Wentz will be an instant fix and we can offload Foles and we're rid of him. And that's a big win. I'm like, okay, he's what?
Contract.
I mean, his contract, yeah, but
no,
come on.
Wentz's contract.
Both of them, their contract, if we're being honest, man. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Nick, here's the thing that I understand and that's been talked about. The whole stipulation on Nick Foles this coming year is if he's supposed to be the starter or not. He's talked about opting out, and they have a potential opt-out if he's not the starter come training camp of this year. So if you I don't know. To me, here's the deal with Carson Wentz. The Eagles don't have a leg to stand on with Carson Wentz. This market's overinflated, and people are bidding too fast. And so supposedly, Schefter said we're supposed to be hearing a deal. I know it's only Tuesday, but if I'm the Bears or the Colts or the Broncos or whoever the hell's looking at him, I just let the Eagles sweat. The longer Howie Roseman has to sit there with Carson Wentz tapping his toes, figuring out when that's going to pull the trigger, who is going to ever show their hand in poker first, the more he costs that team, not only in uncertainty, but in money.
The smartest
got to trade him in March.
The smartest thing you can do is trade Foles to Indianapolis.
I think it would
the
work.
Best thing for you and the best thing for Foles.
Mm-hmm.
Because great offensive line. You have a system that works with him. Frank Reich was his offensive coordinator in Philadelphia.
Yep.
It screams Indianapolis. And you would see what happens with Trubisky or let him walk to, let's say, Washington. And you have a first-round pick this year. The quarterback class is scary deep in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You have 6 guys that could potentially go in the first round of quarterback.
Oh, yes.
5 or 6, depending on what happens with Trask or Jones or...
Well, and hell, the Bears are one of those guys that are waiting potentially to be that late first, early second type of QB choice.
Exactly.
That's the other option we got.
You have a ton of quarterbacks at your disposal. It's not like, let's last resort be Cam Newton.
I mean, it would have been a choice last year, but that didn't play out. So
it would have been perfect for Chicago. Let's be clear.
Quite frankly, if you look back at how this played out with Foles, Cam Newton overall would have been a better choice because of the fact he is cheaper, and he also would have been easier to move on from at the end of the season, and you had a cleaner slate.
Correct.
I know he didn't work out like people wanted, but hindsight's 2020. But if you look how the season ended with New England and how Chicago went either way, I mean, I think the Cam Newton choice would have been better just overall for the Bears to end the year for how mediocre it was in my eyes. So, I mean, you're not stuck with a contract. You don't have to give up some picks.
You're not stuck with Khalil Mack's contract.
Yeah.
How bad does that look now? How bad does Mack's contract look?
I don't know. I'm overall still sold and like Khalil Mack for what he's done. I just look at the production in sense of, I'm expecting a guy that's consistently 10 plus sacks every year. That's supposed to be, he's a wrecker in his own right with pressures. Like, you want to talk about pressures, Pro Football Focus gives him tons of credit. He's a great run stopper, but myself, I expect him to be in the backfield and in the most crucial moments with the top games in mind. And that didn't really seem to happen this year. So, that's what sticks out to me. Although Robert Quinn's more of a to blame. That money was wasted there.
Oh God.
And that is a mammoth contract that gets started this year.
Yeah. Do you blame Pace? How much of the blame goes to Ryan Pace, or how much of the blame just goes to Quinn?
Well, it's got to be part of it. Does go? I think goes on Ryan. I mean, Quinn played himself into that with what he did in Dallas. He rejuvenated his stock in Dallas for recording 11.5 sacks with a limited pass rush rotation he had. because apparently the way the Chicago Bears used Quinn was how the Dallas Cowboys used him, where they only used him on a certain percentage of snaps to keep him fresh, thus allowing him to get more pressure. Problem is, he only got 2 sacks. So considering he made a base salary last year of $3 million, $1.5 million a sack is what you got out of him and a few tackles. So not worth your money. So it's got to come back on the GM, because they could have saved that money and invested it somewhere else. Like say, an Allen Robinson who's going to probably be leaving town because they cheaped him on his value, which is ridiculous in my eyes.
Yeah. He's one of the better receivers in football that nobody talks about.
Yeah. I mean, they could franchise tag him, but that'll just piss him off. And I don't think you want to do that. They had every opportunity to fix that, and they used the money on defense, which, it's their bread and butter, but it didn't pay off. And it's still sliding. It's funny. Like I said, the whole Cam Newton situation thing, going back and looking at Nick Foles, season's a weird anomaly for the Bears is all. But they're one of those people in the market for a quarterback,
It's weird.
I don't think they're not going to be in the market for Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson because it's too expensive. So
no, but this quarterback roller coaster is going to be nuts.
You think Derek Carr leaves town?
No, they wouldn't be stupid to do that.
Okay.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo's more likely to leave San Francisco and go to New England.
Okay.
Than Carr is to leave the Raiders. Because let's be honest here, would you trade Derek Carr for Carson Wentz?
No.
Exactly.
For what he has produced, Derek Carr, at least in the last 3 seasons, has 4,000 yards passing, and somehow gets disrespected by Gruden behind his back.
I think in over 2 years he's had like 50-something touchdown passes to 14 interceptions and over 8,000 yards.
That's a guy.
It's crazy. He's one of those guys that like no one talks about. It's like, oh, don't mind me just flicking a ball 4,000 yards, like nothing. It's like nothing. But I think Garoppolo goes back to the Patriots, which is probably could have happened. I think if you're San Francisco, you either trade for Sam Darnold, you either start fresh with a rookie quarterback, or you go after Sam, or option 3, Josh Rosen.
Yeah. If he can get a solid situation.
He's in San Francisco right now.
Yes,
he is in San Francisco. So that helps him. That helps him a lot. Or Matt Ryan is potentially on the table. That's another thing. How is Matt Ryan available?
Well, that just came up today too.
He's really good.
That just came up.
Weirdly, the Falcons are just like, nope. 4th pick in the draft. Nope, we're going to rebuild.
That's all I can think of.
By the way,
what's that?
Do you hear my friend in the background? By the way, he's
no, I didn't hear him. Oh, now I do.
Yeah, stop clicking buttons. He's drinking a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, for the love of God!
It's just a Tuesday night.
You're being recorded, by the way.
What's up, bud?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Go back to your Arnold Palmer.
Your fucking speaker doesn't work.
What'd you click?
I didn't click shit.
Oh,
I was watching a TikTok, and in some magical way, watching first 48, and now this.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The fuck? What the fuck?
Stop pressing buttons.
You see?
Because you unplugged something, probably.
I was on the couch watching a hot chick with big titties.
Shut up. All right, shut up. I'll fix it later.
This
all right?
is first 48.
I will fix it later.
All right, I'll watch TikTok.
Thank you. Christ. You know it's on YouTube, right?
What?
Yeah, shut up.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck did you just say?
This is on YouTube. Moving on.
Ooh.
Yes, that is my friend Sean.
Ooh-wee.
Oh boy. Yeah. What do you think a podcast is?
Hey, he thinks it's something.
Open the door. Open the door. There you go. Thank you. Ah! Time to BS podcast.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, I think I'm gonna end this segment on that. That was too fucking funny.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Hi guys, it's Dan. Time to BS Podcast and the Unhinged Sports Network have recently partnered with Fubo TV. What is Fubo TV, you might ask? Well, here's the thing. Fubo TV brings you hundreds upon hundreds of channels, including NBC, CBS, Fox, ABC, ESPN, and many more, without the hassle of a cable contract. Don't believe me? Click the link in the description now and start your 7-day free trial today.
It's time to BS.
Hey Mike,
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Dan.
Did you know that Rob Van Dam's wife is a porn star?
I don't know that. How did I miss this then? And what's her name? You know what? Go Google. I'm gonna Google this thing.
A U Stadium podcast.
Shit. Welcome, friends. Oh, for the love of God. Hello, everyone. John is here. I am here. Why is your camera off? We're on YouTube, you piece of shit.
Because my Wi-Fi was doing its stupid
Oh,
thing.
your wife is doing shit? All right.
Yeah, my router does not like to cooperate with me.
I understand that. I am the same.
So now we're on the nice old LTE.
That's good. That's good. John, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Oh, my beard is looking good, though. Both our beards are looking good. You know, I think we discussed this last show, where we just need beard stuff. It's itching, though. It's my problem. Mine is
And
itching.
see, mine is always immaculate. I don't know how, because I do like the grossest shit.
You know what you need? You need a beard comb and a beard brush.
Yeah, I do.
I can send you a link to those on
All
Amazon.
right.
They're like really cheap. It's Viking Revolution. It's a really cool company. I'm trying to find I'm scratching my knee. It's itching like crazy. But post Super Bowl week. What a shit show. What a shit show.
That's what happens when your team goes into a game overconfident, thinks your shit don't stink, thinks you're just going to have to show up and you're going to win.
All right. I got another one for you. Name a play in that Super Bowl where the Chiefs had 2 tight ends, a fullback, 3 tight ends. Name a play.
You're asking me about formations they don't really run.
Exactly. They ran scat protection, which is where you don't have a tight end on the offensive line, but you have these. What the hell are you drinking? Is that Oklahoma cup filled with Dr. Pepper?
There's something else in there.
Hey, drinking alcohol too, my friend?
Dr. Pepper, and Wild Turkey.
Nice. I'm out of whiskey. Sadly. Oh, it sucks. It sucks ass.
Yeah, I needed some after last night.
Oh, is that bad?
I did a garage clean out in the dark with no light in the garage.
I would have lost my shit. But
Straight wood.
Back to the Super Bowl, my friend. That was just bad. Like I texted you during the game. Tampa is picking the Bucks apart.
Yeah, Kansas City didn't come to play.
No, Tampa came to play. Tampa knew exactly how to beat the Chiefs.
That
And
reminded me of Seattle, Denver.
not as bad though.
Not as bad, but a similar
Not as bad.
situation where it was a high-powered offense who thought that they were just going to show up and win, and then didn't come to play. Defense came to play. That's what happens.
From the first snap of that Super Bowl,
You could tell.
with Broncos and Seahawks, that game was over.
I knew the game was over as soon as it started.
Because the Seahawks crowd was just, they were getting to Denver's head. They were getting to their heads. But
as soon as that safety, it was over.
As soon as that safety, it was over. But
yeah,
it felt similar to that game. It felt similar to Super Bowl 50, where the Broncos were just manhandling Carolina, manhandling the Panthers. And Mike could speak to this also. Like, that was very close to Super Bowl 50. Not as dominant as that Denver defense, but they shut down Kansas City. What is Kansas City like? I think the Chiefs are the second team in NFL history to have 3 consecutive 500-point seasons. I think they're the only. I think they're the only other team to do that. Is the greatest show on turf.
Defense still wins championships.
Defense wins championships. People don't fucking understand that. People still don't understand that. People are like, oh, Kansas City's going to win the game easily. Tampa can't get to Patrick Mahomes. Meanwhile,
yeah. See, I thought they would win, but on the contingent of the Spagnuolo defense showing up against Brady, but that did not happen, so it was over.
Oh, you Giants bias.
Yeah, but the truth is, that's how they beat them both times.
That's how the Giants.
That's the reality.
The Patriots, yeah. That was
it.
You
could point to like the highlight plays or whatever for those games, but it really comes down to it. It was that defense riled Brady.
Got to Brady. That's how they were able to beat the Giants twice. They got to Brady and they just stuffed them twice.
The Chiefs were unable to do that.
The Chiefs could not do that. Now, a big problem is Chris Jones, Frank Clark, great players. They couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
Could not do anything. Could not do anything.
And also, when you think with the Giants, though, had the personnel suited for attacking Brady.
Yeah, they had the personnel. They had like 4 great pass rushers.
Yeah.
Well, they
had a defense that was built to do that.
Well, they have Human, Euro, Talk, Strahan. Who else?
And then Matthias Kiwanuka.
Matthias Kiwanuka was there.
And then, like, I know we had some linebackers.
Yeah, you had some good backers, too.
Yeah.
You had some really good linebackers.
The more important thing was the defense played as a unit.
Yeah, the defense played to their potential, and rightfully
so.
Yeah,
the Kansas City defense in the Super Bowl, it was just a bunch of guys out there doing their own thing.
Yep. But I spoke about this with Zach on the previous segment. I think there was a stat out there that Patrick Mahomes ran for almost 500 yards in that entire game, scrambling. That's crazy. But I don't understand why people think that, oh, Patrick Mahomes did such a good job in that game. It's like, no, he fucking didn't. No, he didn't.
From what I saw a quarterback under pressure who collapsed.
Couldn't do shit. Who couldn't do shit.
The Bucs got pressure on Mahomes and he fell apart.
He fell apart, rightfully so. And I don't understand the whole understanding of, it's one bad game. Mahomes will bounce back. I don't know. That's the thing. What if this game is proof that you can figure out the Chiefs? What if that game is proof? Like, I don't know, but
yeah, I think the Buccaneers had the personnel suited to have a game plan to attack that.
They had the personnel to do
there's teams in the AFC that do not, so we're going to see the Chiefs in the postseason year in, year out.
I mean,
however, as for Super Bowl contending, I think Super Bowl teams that make it to the Super Bowl out of the NFC usually have pretty strong defenses.
Yeah, they do. Chicago, Green Bay, San Francisco, Seattle.
And there's going to be some good defenses in the AFC that he's going to have to contend with for you.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo. That's probably the only one. That's probably it.
I think.
Oh, hello. Ooh, hello. Off topic, plenty of fish.
Gotta get the poom poom.
Oh, for the love of God. YouTube's gonna pick that up, but everyone else on Spotify and podcast apps, you won't get that. But yeah, my phone has been buzzing like crazy. Rightfully so. But hockey. What a good season so far, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. Because Islanders, and as we're recording this, we're about 20 minutes away from Islanders and Penguins on the 10th anniversary of Fight Night.
One of my all-time favorite games.
Well, for those of you who do not know hockey, Fight Night is a very infamous time for the NHL because I think it was around that time where the NHL started to crack down on fighting.
Yeah, I feel like that game and then that Ranger Devil brawl where the guy's face looks like a hamburger.
Later.
Like those two events kind of, I think, got the NHL to start cracking things down because both of them were major games.
Fight Night was, I think, a 9-2 victory for the Islanders in that game. It was a beatdown.
I think the Pens scored a few more goals, but I remember there was no defense played.
Scored twice. I mean, the Penguins, this comes to
there was no Malkin, no Crosby.
But still,
the Penguins pretty much dressed a bunch of goons for that game because they had no reason except to fight.
And Max Talbot.
Yeah, who may as well have been in that game.
Yeah, and it got his ass kicked by Michael Haley.
Well, the Islanders, to be fair, did the same thing for that game. That game was everyone knew what it was going to be.
Yeah, I texted you this. That's the 5th most penalty minutes in NHL history in one game.
Yeah, but look at the lineups the Isles and Pens rolled out for that game.
I remember that.
You don't see NHL coaches today rolling out lineups like that.
I mean, Barry Trotz is probably the only one that could do that.
Yeah.
Because he does that on a routinely basis with Leo fucking Komarov.
Yeah, the lineup that they both rolled out for those games, what the skaters they dressed. Both teams called up players for that night.
Yeah, it was great. And it was in Nassau Coliseum, which makes it better.
Yeah, and I remember it being billed as a fight.
Yeah, and how are the Rangers doing? I've lost track. How are the Rangers doing?
They're starting to play a little bit better, but the same issues to be on defense. I love that kid, Keandre Miller, though.
Oh, yeah, he's got a shot.
That kid.
He's got a shot.
Yeah, no, that's the big defenseman with a shot I've wanted them to get for years.
Is he like 6'4"?
Yeah.
He's huge.
Built for this.
And it gets even better. So I think the Islanders right now have 12 points. I'm looking right now. Where is it? So if we're going to go to the standings, the Rangers have 11 points. The Islanders have 12.
Yep.
And the Islanders are 4th in the East Division. So
our division is like a whole shit show right now.
Oh, my God. New Jersey's starting to play decent.
No, everyone's just going to take each other out.
Everyone's
I'm all for it.
Fist fight. It's going to be fist fights.
That would be a great scenario if towards the end of the season, like, there's only, like, one team who's out.
Watch the Sabres. Watch the Sabres somehow win this division. I will laugh.
Win the division by, like, 1 point.
That's by like half a point.
Honestly, whoever wins this division is going to probably win it in, like, a tiebreaker or something.
It's so close, too, because you got Boston, who's in the league of their own at 20 points. They also currently are 2nd in the league in terms of points behind Toronto, which is strange. Philadelphia is 18. Washington is 15. As we're recording this, by the way. So this is subject.
Yeah, I know after that it kind of drops and everyone's like.
Yeah, and then there's the Islanders who've been in close games. Yeah. Like they had a 3-0 lead over Washington and then just got shellacked 6-3. Like absolutely fucking destroyed. But
I've seen Washington do that so many times over the years that you can't really read it.
You know what 2 shocking teams that are in this race right here? Chicago and Florida.
Well, Florida's probably
was
Bob.
undefeated at one point.
Pull up Bob's stats.
So yeah, Sergei Bobrovsky. I'm looking them up right now.
Yeah, for this year.
Yeah,
because that could be my only explanation really for that.
So Sergei Bobrovsky, where is it? I'm trying to find it. All splits. I can't. Oh, there's goaltending. Jesus Christmas. What the? I'm reading this right, correct?
Okay.
That's bad.
But this year?
I think it's like a 931 save percentage.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Look, you know when he's on his game, he carries teams.
He's got 3.4 goals against average. It's not good.
Okay. But if they're winning games with that, that means that they're just scoring over their head.
Yeah, they're just scoring like fucking crazy.
And that's like that's an unsustainable rate of scoring.
Yeah, they're scoring like Patrick Hornquist is on the. What did I miss? Yeah, they're scoring like a bunch of. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 guys with 3 goals.
And you see it all the time, like where a mediocre team will have like a hot start with like a ridiculous offensive output.
Hornquist has 6, Barkov has 4, Huberdeau has 4, Ekblad has 3.
It's unsustainable.
Yeah. Also,
they're scoring at the rate of like the Edmonton of the '80s Oilers.
Yeah, Tampa Bay 19 points, obviously. The Blackhawks. Where's Chicago come from? Where the Blackhawks come from? That just confuses me. Who else?
Really?
Montreal. That's a
that one is the one that shocks me.
Yeah, I think Chicago's more shocking than Montreal. Because Montreal, I thought they'd be good, but I thought they'd be decent, but not this good.
Yeah. I feel like Montreal every few years has a season where everyone thinks, okay, they might be back, but then it ends up in the playoffs being same old Habs.
Vancouver. Look at the Canucks.
They need to like make some staff changes. If
they have to. They have to. And I'm talking Jim Benning.
Yes, Jim Benning must go.
Jim Benning has got to go. Like you're talking about training Brock Besser. I mean, it's his fault in the first place. Yeah. He signed those bad contracts.
Jim Benning must go.
Winnipeg, Patrick Line. God, that was a stupid trade. I'm sorry. It was bad. Yeah. It was just bad. That was just really bad. And then Colorado.
Yeah, not as bad as giving up Derek Stepan for nothing.
Colorado, not that bad. They're there. That's expected. Arizona's looking good. Who else? Calgary, they're just there. Detroit, as expected, sucks. Ottawa sucks really bad. Like, historically bad.
I knew that Matt Murray signing wasn't going to work.
Yeah, because they don't have a fucking defense.
Matt Murray was not going to stop.
Yeah. Nashville. Well, Nashville's there. Dallas.
Right.
That's a shocking one, Dallas. Why is it? I mean, it's still early in this season. So
because Dallas also lost a lot of games due to COVID.
But also, let's understand this. This is subject to change. These are not going to be, I mean, the Rangers are not going to be there forever. The Penguins are not going to be there. The Capitals, I don't know about Washington, but like teams like Florida, Chicago, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? That's the glory of the NHL. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? I got no idea. I mean, it's like, fuck. I wish I knew what was going to happen. That's because the NHL, I mean, you could have a team like the Senators win 50 games and then lose in the first round. Or Tampa, better example. Yeah. Better example is Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. Ooh, in terms of the NBA, Heat Rockets. That's a good game. That's a good game, actually. How are the Knicks doing? Oh, they're not bad.
The Knicks just acquired Derrick Rose.
That's a weird trade.
Why? They gave him Derek Smith. They gave him Dennis Smith Jr., who wanted to play in the G League because he didn't want to play for the Knicks.
But still,
his career is shot. They got him for nothing.
I know, but here's the problem I have here. I mean, he could have. I mean, Derrick Rose. What was he? The hot trade market, the hot trade commodity in the market. What was he?
He was. He's older now. He's had a bunch of injuries, but he resurrected his career a little bit in Minnesota and Detroit. He could a serviceable starting point guard, I would say. I would prefer to see him coming off the bench.
Okay, let me rephrase it. I think it's a good trade for the Knicks, and for two reasons only. Leadership, and he knows the system.
Yes.
He's not going to put up 50 points a game. And he's not going to be MVP Derrick Rose anymore. Far gone from that.
But he was able to reinvent himself post-injury in the last couple of years to become a reliable veteran presence.
With Minnesota in particular.
Yeah.
He with Minnesota in particular,
you can't blame him for what happened in Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. I mean, Detroit's
in a tire fire right now.
Detroit's in a really bad spot.
Yeah, it might take years to fix the mess they created.
Yeah, it's their fucking fault.
They tried to recreate the going to work era.
Yeah, the rust bucket. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, the going to work Pistons were one of my favorite teams of all time.
Oh, the 04 team?
Yeah.
Oh. To this day, is that the biggest upset in NBA history?
Well, I would say
team? The team that beat the Lakers in the finals. That was the 04 team, right?
Yeah.
Is that
what I would consider?
Is that the biggest upset in NBA history? It has to be.
For finals, I guess, but in playoffs, there's been bigger upsets.
Playoffs, I think if we're talking all-time NBA history, I think.
So we're talking playoffs. I would say the 8-seed Warriors over that 1-seeded Mavericks team.
Even better.
Dirk Nowitzki was an MVP form.
I could name a better one.
First round, 8-seed takes out 1.
1993. I think it was 93 or 94. The Denver Nuggets over the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a better one.
Yeah. Well, for me, the 04 Pistons were just an ideal team to me.
Yeah, this comes to point that okay, you could have the best players on the face of the planet, but if they're the only two members of your team, that doesn't count. That doesn't mean shit.
Well, it's the same way the Spurs took out the teams they took out in their
Even
time.
better, Toronto, when they beat the Warriors. They were a team. I mean, they had Kawhi Leonard, but still.
They would not have won without the contributions up and down that lineup.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they had different guys making the contributions every night.
That's why I look at teams like Boston. Okay, like Boston this year, Miami, the Knicks. I mean, if they get – I mean, I'm not saying the Knicks are going to be a problem in the playoffs if they make it, but who knows? I mean, parity in the NBA for the first time in a long fucking time.
Yeah, well, duos was the best thing to happen, moving away from these big threes. And the next big three going the way it's going right now is a good sign that other GMs. I did, because you always need a third player who will sacrifice, stats in order for the team to win. Chris Bosh.
How are the Warriors doing? 13-12. Okay, they're not.
Yeah, they're doing about what I expected since they have no Klay Thompson. They have no Klay Thompson. They really have
a gigantic loss.
Yes, because his catch and shoot game was a big part of their offensive. He was also
great defensively. He was great defensively.
Yeah, great perimeter defender.
The fucking Lakers. Oklahoma City. Might as well.
Hey, they're in a rebuild year, so at this point, I'm shocked they aren't doing worse than they are. They played a tough game with the
24
Lakers.
first-round picks? Or are they 1,000 first-round picks?
Hey, you can't fuck up the draft if you draft everyone.
Roll safe.
Yeah.
Denver, they're all right.
I mean, think of the Knicks never have picks, and when they have them, they usually blow it.
Yeah. However, this Knicks team knows how to fight. They can fight.
They do.
They get in your face. I love
But
Mitchell Robinson.
I think they got the right coach to resonate with this group.
Thank you. Listen,
Thibs was not the right coach for the Timberwolves.
let's understand this.
Cat was
I root
soft.
for the Heat.
Wiggins was soft.
Let's understand my fanhood. I root for the Heat because of Dan Le Batard. His fault. I got into radio, into podcasting because of Dan Le Batard when he was at ESPN down in Miami. And
Look, that's a model organization.
I root for the Heat because it's
a model organization with values that you can respect.
Sport that Heat culture, by the way. That's a cocaine joke from Miami. But no, there's no cocaine here. Listen, there's no cocaine here. So YouTube, if you're watching and if you're taking this shit down, there's no cocaine here. Scouts honor. But I'm a New Yorker, Knick fan in my heart. I am. But like when it comes to the playoffs, if the Knicks aren't in the playoffs, I'll root for the Heat. Just be like, oh, let's see what happens.
All right.
I think Miami makes it. It's tough though because Charlotte's playing good.
Yeah, but Miami will get better as the season goes on.
Watch the
And Charlotte's young, so
LeBron James in terms of popularity standards.
no, I don't see it.
I saw this meme the other day. Bleacher Report when LaMelo Ball plays well. It's that Toy Story meme where it's like I don't want to play with you anymore. It's like, hold on, let me pause the recording for a second. My dad's trying to call me. Sorry about that. Family. Cleveland, they're just there. Cleveland's just,
you know what low-key bothers me about LaMelo Ball?
Is it
that it had nothing to do with his father. It has to do with the way that the media was pretty much on Lonzo watch for like a good chunk of his rookie year, while LaMelo Ball just is shown on highlights every now and then when he's the infinitely better player. And it's because of his father.
I hate that family. I don't hate them.
I hate the father.
I don't hate them more than the Kardashians. Let's be clear here. I don't hate them more than the Kardashians and the Jenners, but let's understand that. But I want to slap him. I want to just be like, and then pull a Dan Campbell and bite off his kneecaps. That's a great press conference, by the way. That was a fantastic press conference.
He set the tone.
I love him.
Yeah, now Detroit's management just needs to do the right thing and get him some players.
I think Pat McAfee said it best. Motor City Dan Campbell, MCDC. It's awesome. That's such a great name.
It is.
That's so great. All right, guys. We're going to transition to the next segment. And our walking encyclopedia, Ryan, hopefully will be joining us. What's up, guys? It's Dan from Time to BS Podcast. Are you looking to get your team's favorite gear at the best prices out there? Look no further than Fanatics.com. There's always some great deals at Fanatics. Every league, every team at the best prices. Get your fan on at Fanatics.com.
It's time to BS.
I think a euro counts, yes.
No, a gyro.
It's pronounced euro, really, but I won't get politically correct with that, but gyro,
You're gonna
euro.
tell a Greek person how to pronounce gyro? Shut the fuck up.
A U Stadium podcast.
2 and 1. All right, there it's recording. All right, promise made. Our human encyclopedia is here. Ryan, what's up, dude? And in the flesh with the full mop of hair.
Yes, sir.
Literal mop. Christ. Let's be clear here. Out of the two of us, I have the cleanest facial hair, but I also need a haircut.
I don't remember the last time I had a haircut. Not gonna lie.
I think the last time you said you shaved was like the 2016 NBA Finals.
The last time I had no facial hair was December 31st, 2017.
That was the finals against Golden State. It was one of them.
It was right after I had just gone to the Bengals-Ravens Week 17, the Tyler Boyd game. And I had gotten back to my grandmother's apartment, and I'm like, I'm going to shave tonight.
Yeah.
I haven't shaved since. So I'm rocking
That's impressive, too. That's like Forrest Gump level.
37 months, handful of days.
God. 3 years, a month, and 34 days.
Yeah.
That's impressive and disgusting at the same time.
Yeah, it happens.
You are the football.
I mean, I get some compliments for it. You know, it happens.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
How about the ladies want to pull on it?
Ouch.
Yes, I'm glad this is going on YouTube. I got the old logo up. I got the new logo. The new logo is reversed and it's not zoomed in, so I gotta figure out how to do that. But
okay.
But the new logo looks pretty nice, and the
Nice.
BS Sessions logo is nice as well. It's got a beer stein in there as well. Rachel was on, which is good. Post Super Bowl week, I told you 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago actually, when the Browns and the Chiefs played, I said if the Browns can get pressure on Mahomes, they have a chance. And I even told you the Bills can get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. What did the Bucs do?
They pressured Mahomes more than any quarterback's been pressured in the last 15 years.
Yeah. And I even told you Mahomes loves to retreat. He loves to backpedal. He loves to buy time for the big play, and that is their biggest flaw.
Yeah.
Is the pocket.
That wasp.
Yeah. The pocket gets destroyed in the process. As an offensive lineman is terrible for your quarterback to retreat 15, 20 yards back. It's terrible. Because then you're forcing.
When your tackle is Mike Remmers.
Yeah, Glenn, our Panthers fan, can attest to that. I love Von Miller.
Yeah. I want to say I looked at PFF the other day, and there's been like 2, maybe 3. There's been like 3 players to get 10 pressures in a Super Bowl in the last 10 years. 2 of them have done it against Mike Remmers. 2 different teams. And then shout out to Nick Bosa. he had 12 legitimate pressures against someone that's not named Mike Remmers.
Mike Remmers would be a typical Pete Carroll signing if that happens.
Hey, at least you already have your did Remmers play left tackle?
Right? He played left tackle for the Chiefs.
Okay, at least you guys have a really good left tackle in
Dwayne Brown.
Yeah. I am blanking on the names tonight.
Is Ryan been drinking?
No, well, just some water. I actually won Sports HQ again tonight. Won about $3. The last question was okay, here we go. Dan, trivia question.
Okay, what do you got?
Name the first receiver in playoff history to record 3 consecutive 100-yard games in the same playoff.
Isn't that Larry Fitzgerald?
Yes, Larry Fitzgerald. He had 4 in a row.
2008. Yeah.
Rice never did it. Edelman only had 2, and the answer was Larry Fitzgerald.
I remember that. I remember that from the back of my head. That was Larry Fitzgerald. Because Larry Fitzgerald had one of the great postseasons of all time.
Yeah, and then he doesn't get any credit for it because Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Shame.
I mean, not fuck Pittsburgh because Ellie is our favorite Steeler fan.
Yeah.
Or probably our only favorite Steeler fan.
I mean, I like Sadie. Sadie used to be on the
Yinzer, the almighty Lord Yinzer.
Yeah. And then, of course, urinating tree, the goat.
Yes, the almighty Lord Yinzer.
Yes.
He is a fun time. I gotta get him back on eventually. But I will have him on soon. But
I love his content.
Oh, it's fucking great. But expert analysis from Splash Ryan on the Super Bowl. What do you got, my friend?
Well, I treated the Kansas City performance like an onion. So there's layers to how catastrophic it was. So it starts, if you just look at the 9 points scored, you look at Mahomes' 55-ish passer rating, it looks bad. But you can explain away, I can explain away the Ravens scoring 3 points in a playoff game, 2 missed field goals, red zone turnover. Easy enough. You can explain away some of the Chiefs stuff that they had to go for it on fourth down. They had a couple failed fourth downs. It's like the Ravens scoring 12 against the Titans last year. In a normal game script, you're going to convert on some of those drives because you kick field goals. I can explain that. I can explain Mahomes. Both of his interceptions, a little goofy, tipped pass. Yeah, so he really shouldn't have had interceptions. But I think the biggest issue there, Kansas City could not stop the Barrett, Vea, Sue, JPP. Could not stop it. And my first thought is, hey, why not keep Kelsey in or keep is it Demetrius Harris or keep anyone else in?
I think Blake Bell's their other tight end.
Okay. Ooh, throwback. Shout out to
I could be wrong. Let me check.
Right.
Let me check, Dak. I could be horribly wrong.
So out of 52 Mahomes dropbacks, 48 of them came with a 5-man front. That is both exactly what the Chiefs needed to do and exactly what went wrong.
Ricky Seals-Jones is the correct answer, by the way, for our backup tight end.
Former Cardinal. He had, 2 touchdowns in a game once. He was on my fantasy team for a while.
Yeah.
So 48 out of 52 dropbacks from Mahomes. He only had 5 guys protecting him. Of the other 4, that's when Tampa really screwed up what Kansas City was trying to do. Because when JPP, Barrett, Vea, Sue, when they're getting pressure with 4 and you have to bring more than 5 guys to block them, all of a sudden life is so much easier for Carlton Davis, Winfield, Whitehead. Everyone in the secondary just breathes a sigh of relief because Kelsey isn't running a route or Edwards-Helaire isn't running a route or actually didn't see much Le'Veon Bell. I don't think
Le'Veon Bell had 1 snap.
Okay. You don't see Darrell Williams running pass patterns. You see them blocking. So on the 4 snaps that Kansas City did have 6+ men in protection, Tampa Bay was licking their chops because they had 7 guys in coverage most of the time going up against 4 receivers, and you can essentially double Hill, double Kelsey, double Watkins, or double Hardman, and then the other guy, you're going to have Carlton Davis or Jamel Dean or SMB on him, and you're just going to lock the fourth guy down, and the first 3 guys are going to be double covered.
And you saw the way the secondary was playing the Chiefs receivers. They were daring Kansas City to go deep, and they couldn't. They were daring them to.
It was very Rams like. The Rams, great all season, at least until the Packers game, at limiting the big play. They played a lot of 2 high, John Johnson and Jordan Fuller, right? Johnson and Fuller deep.
Yeah.
So you're not getting anything over the top. So you have to dink and dunk, kind of. And when Kansas City did move the football, it was dinks and dunks. It was shorter passes. It was Tyreek Hill, little slant, little dig, little short routes. And then at a certain point, you just hope, hey, Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers. I think he's the best receiver in the NFL, whatever. You just hope that he can break a big play, and it didn't happen. And Kelsey didn't break a big play. Their chunk plays came at the end when Tampa was just sitting back and just letting the time roll off. And I thought it was a dominant defensive game plan from Todd Bowles. Yep. So much 2 high with Winfield, who was healthy, Whitehead, who was healthy. So you're not going to beat them deep, and Kansas City is too maybe not even stubborn. I guess Andy Reid was stubborn in a way, but they called so many deep passes that it's like eventually one's going to hit, right? And none of them did. And the Chiefs were the only team in the playoffs to have 0 deep pass completions.
Crazy to think of that.
Yeah, just they had a 0.0 pass rating. Henny had a pick, Mahomes had a pick, and you just think about it, and this is one of the most dynamic offenses in the history of the sport. And that's not an exaggeration. 2 years ago, they had the 3rd most points scored ever in a season.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Chiefs are the 2nd team in NFL history to score 3 straight 500-point seasons.
Okay. I actually know this because I looked it up the other day, and it was the 99-01 Rams, and then it was the 2010 to 2012 Patriots. And they had
there was 13.
Yeah, 13. And there was some. Actually, I don't know if they got it last year. Let me.
No, you're right. You're right.
Did they get it last year? Because I know, I know I looked it up and posted on the app that the 99 to 01 Rams and the 10 to 12 Patriots allowed the exact same number of points. There was some goofy caveat.
I think the Saints did it too, right? The Saints, right?
Let me check. Okay,
that has to be correct. The Saints through 09 2011.
The Chiefs only scored 450 points last year. So that was
bullshit.
Yeah, 451, 28 a game.
What?
Yeah.
That's
like
nuts.
The Ravens were the ridiculous offense last year.
Yeah.
And the Saints, I don't believe they've ever had back-to-back seasons. Yeah, they've only had 3 seasons in their history with 500 points, 09, 11, and 18. Yeah, 500 points, like it sounds like a good offense should get to 500 points. It's pretty rare. Like I think there's maybe only 25 teams. Like the Ravens had 531 last year. Let me pull up StatHead. I don't know if you have StatHead, but I love it for my articles and stadium trivia.
I think so, but I lost track because Yevgeny Malkin just scored tie game.
Oops.
Fuck.
It happens. Okay, here we go.
Also, 10th anniversary of Fight Night. I posted that.
Ooh.
The 5th most penalty minutes in NHL history.
I love how that's a modern game, and it's like...
I love that. I love that shit. I don't know if you're big into the fight game, into like hockey fights.
I mean, I'm a Red Wings fan, so I respect my boy Bob Probert.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Zetterberg got into a lot of fights too, right?
Huh?
I think Henrik Zetterberg got into a lot of fights in his day, right?
Not that I remember. I could be wrong. I'm not.
Michael Haley, also Islander legend, for that one game.
All right, we have 26 teams have ever scored 500 points in a season. Most recently, the Bills and Packers this year. The Patriots did it in 10, 11, and 12, and the Rams did it in 99, 2000, and 2001.
Really? Those are the only 2 teams with 3 straight 500-point seasons.
Yep.
I thought that I could have sworn the Chiefs did it last year.
And I believe they might be the only teams to ever do it back-to-back years, and they just so happened to extend it to 3 years in a row.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Stathead, Brian, on the case.
I love how either I know something or I know how to find something. That makes life
I wanted to punch you when you said Eddie Shore is the only defenseman to win 5 Hart trophies. And I have that. I have that clip. Because what we have is we have rejoins. And I have that clip as a rejoin. I'm like, I hate you. I hate you so much.
Oh, yes, here's the stat. So the 99 Rams, the 01 Rams, and the 2010 to 2012 Patriots both allowed exactly 386 points in those 3 years.
I don't know how you know this shit.
Well, I have it pulled up on my screen right now.
That helps.
Yeah. I looked it up for some I don't know why I had it. I was defending Tom Brady. That's what I was doing. I was in an argument with Superior Alex, and he was like
guts, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's a freak or one of them. They hate my guts.
And he hates Brady.
One of them hates my guts, that's for sure. I don't know. When I post funny shit, it's like he has to be the angry cousin. That's just like, or the angry sibling. It's like, it's not funny. I'm like, I want to strangle you. I'm trying to have fun here.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. Sometimes it's one of those. Do you hate yourself or just like? I don't know. I'm also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down.
Oh, solid. I've been drinking water all day.
It's also the day before the weekend, so I can do this shit.
That's true.
But I also did not drink for a solid month. until tonight.
Solid.
Indeed. It was not fun. Don't try that. Derrick Rose. What do you think of the Derrick Rose trade? Because unfortunate Knicks fan here.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I think he's better than Elfrid Payton.
Oh yeah.
Although I do like what Emmanuel Quickly, is that his name? Emmanuel IQ is doing.
Correct. Emmanuel Quigley.
If it wasn't for LaMelo Ball, I think IQ would be a good rookie of the year kind of bet. But LaMelo, I think, is just going to start. He got his first start recently, and he's just going to start posting, 26 and 6 every night. It's like, you can't really beat that. That's Tyreek Evans, that's LeBron James, that's Oscar Robertson numbers. I don't care if the Hornets win 2 games the rest of the season. LaMelo is going to be rookie of the year, barring divine intervention from a different rookie.
Somehow divine bullshit from Obi Toppin.
And I know a lot of Knicks fans don't like him.
I love him. I think the over reliance of the guards. I understand it's a guard league, but oh shit, it's about to be overtime winner. No fuck. I'm watching the Islander game at the same time as we're recording this.
Oh man.
Perks of having cable on your phone.
Yes.
But I like the usage of the big man. I love that. Because I remember the 04 Pistons. I remember those great Spurs teams with with Robinson and Tim Duncan. I remember those great Laker teams with Kobe and Shaq. I remember them. And it's like I believe every championship team needs a great big man. I believe that. And
I think I would expand that to a physical presence.
Yeah.
I would say LeBron James is a physical presence.
Yeah. Well, you need those guys that are willing to do the dirty work. And I immediately point to those Piston teams.
Right.
With Rasheed and Ben Wallace. Those guys were fucking monsters.
Yeah, they had no business winning a championship. They won 1. They had no business going to 2 finals. They went to 2. And if it's not for Robert Horry putting on the most clutch half of basketball I've seen in my life, the Pistons win back-to-back titles.
That was in 05. What was that matchup? Was that the fuck memory?
Spurs Heat. Spurs Heat. Spurs Pistons.
That was Spurs Pistons. Okay. Yeah. Wow, I completely forgot they played in the finals.
Yeah, it was. I think most of the country forgot they played in the finals. I've done some ratings research, and that one's bottom of the barrel. You'd imagine 7-game series get good ratings, not in 05.
Jeez. And the 03 series with New Jersey and San Antonio. That was the 03 series, right?
Yeah, that was not good. Not good.
Bad.
It's Tim Duncan has one of the greatest games in the history of basketball in Game 6, and no one cares because he's from San Antonio. The Nets at the time played in New Jersey, and it's a Game 6, not a Game 7. So everything worked against Timmy D there.
Yeah, it's true. Shit. Pittsburgh is not playing well in overtime so far. I got the TV in the background, and I got my phone watching the game. Oh, shit. Turnover. Fuck. Crosby. No. All right. For the remaining of this show, we're gonna listen to Dan calling plays. Nick Leddy up the seam to Anders Lee. Tackled by Chris Letang. Leddy looks for the shot. Misses the net. Ah, fuck. Kapanen. Oh, fuck. Babyface Crosby is on his way. No, he's not on the ice. Malkin. Save Varlamov. Malkin again. I did play-by-play once, and it was on Colorcast for Rams Seahawks. Shit. There we go.
I bet that was unfortunate.
Oh, my God. It was a very exciting time to do play-by-play. I promoted the fuck out of it, but, it was all right. I'll do it again eventually. I'll do it again for hockey.
I did play-by-play at an Arizona-Oregon game, and Arizona lost double overtime.
Oh God! Oh, Crosby up the left side with Eberle defending. Crosby. Just Cody Ceci. He's still in the league. Jesus. Jake Gensel with Pollock. Gensel knocked down. Pollock with Nelson clearing. Nope. Cody Cece takes it. Gensel on the left towards the net. 17 seconds left to play in overtime. Crosby to Gensel. Gensel to Cece. 10 seconds. Cece back to Crosby with Epperly. Oh, just missed. And we have a shootout.
Oh boy.
Oh man. I love hockey.
I mean, I like playoff hockey, and I think I would be more into it if the Red Wings were good again, or if I had a team in my local area back when I was home in Georgia. But sometimes
you kind of do. You have two.
Nashville and Carolina?
No, you have the Panthers and you have the Lightning.
Oh,
I don't want to hear shit.
Okay, in fairness, I lived geographically closer to Nashville and Raleigh than.
Okay, Nashville's a good hockey town.
Is it what, Sunrise, Florida, right?
Sunrise, Florida, which is just outside of Miami.
Okay.
Which is stupid because you built the arena at fucking Sunrise for the Panthers, and yet the Miami Heat have the American Airlines arena right fucking there, and you don't use it. That confuses me.
Yeah.
Confusing as all hell. I don't know why. Like, what's another arena that just boggles my mind? Okay.
Oh, the Tampa Tropicana Field.
Yeah.
In the middle of St. Petersburg, way away from any race.
Yeah, why the hell is that not in Tampa?
Okay,
that makes
here we
no
go.
sense.
Conspiracy theory time. Put on your tinfoil hat.
Oh, where's my Vegas hat? That's the closest thing I have to a tinfoil hat.
Okay, here we go. Prepare yourself for this. This is a good one.
This is the closest thing I have to a tinfoil hat. I grabbed the Saints one by accident.
Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
So, Big Four sports. The last four championship series had a representative from the state of Florida.
Yes.
One of those teams got to host a game in their respective championship series.
Tampa.
Yes. The other three did not. This became the first time in NFL history that the home team played, or a team in the Super Bowl played in that home stadium.
Yeah.
And it is the first time, as far as I know, it is the first time that any NHL team, NBA team, or Major League Baseball team did not play a home game during their championship series. All four of these things happened in the same year.
My face right now, for those listening, is a face of concern and shock at the same time. Watch. I swear to God, watch. New York is next. I'm going to laugh my ass off. If somehow, some way, the Islanders is a distinct possibility of happening.
Yeah, the Islanders could happen.
The Knicks?
Okay.
The Jets?
Nets probably first.
The Jets?
That's not happening anytime soon.
I mean, maybe.
The Bills, actually. Bills are in
Bills, yes, that counts. The Yankees?
Yeah, actually, I think they could win the AL this year.
Yeah, true.
Actually, yeah, I think I wouldn't be like the Bills are probably second favorites in the AFC moving forward. The Yankees are the favorite in the AL.
Now, would you agree though that Buffalo has the better team though over Kansas City? Crosby on Varlamov. Fuck.
We should just have a podcast of me laughing.
All right, Josh. Okay. Don't fail me. Josh, don't fail me. Josh Bailey. 10 for 30. Fuck, I got my friend texting me that should have been a win. No, Bailey's going to miss. No. Fuck. My life as an Islander fan.
Hey, I'm a Dead Wings fan.
Hey, so listen, you won a cup in your lifetime, okay? I don't want to hear it.
This is true. Actually,
you won
two.
You won twice. You won 3 in your lifetime. What have I done?
Just 2. 02 and 08.
What have I done? Okay, I've been in the conference finals once in my lifetime, and that was last year.
You went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I won a
Red
playoff
Wings
series 3 times in my lifetime.
and 2 out of those 3 came in the same year.
Yeah.
Oof. Hey, the Braves, they
4
they've
times.
won-
4 times, excuse me.
Okay.
Twice, three out of 3 series in 2 years. And then infamously John Tavares, which, by the way, I looked over that game 6 against the Panthers.
Mhm.
So many uncalled penalties. So many. And against the Islanders. So many. That series should have gone to 7 games. Unbelievable. But, bullshit happening. All right. Thank you for joining for this episode of Time to BS Podcast, episode 91. Be sure to check out our side shows, BS Sessions. By the time this gets posted, volume 13 with Hong Lam of Defining Moments Podcast will be recorded and hopefully be posted sometime in the near future. And thank you guys for joining us, and we hope to see you sometime in the near future. Peace. And why would you stop recording? Thanks for tuning in, guys, to this episode of Time to BS Podcast. Don't forget to check out our exclusive episodes of BS Sessions on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Plus, don't forget to start your weekend with us every Friday at unhingedsn.com.